What's good? It's your boy Fannon. All righty. Very good fight last night, and even a better morning of getting called all kind of names by Bud Crawford fans, many of which are subscribers to my channel. So I thought that I would get out here. What's going on, Big Money? I thought I would get out here and give y'all a chance to talk to me straight up instead of leaving these crazy ass comments, dog. So let's talk about it, man. What's going on? Yeah, that was a great fight. I really enjoyed it, man. Big Money, what's good? Nelson Noble's in the house, man. What's going on, man? DOG77JL, what's good? Reggie the Tree, Jeff the producer, what's going on, man? Carly Crush, United Boxing Talk, what's happening, man? Yes, sir. What you think about the fight? Let me tell you, I think about the fight. I think that, I think it was a good fight, man. It was very entertaining, man. I enjoyed it. Jose Benavidez was did the best he could do. Terence Crawford made the fight more exciting than he had to. He could have just boxed the dude, jabbed him, won the fight, walking away, but he didn't do it, man. He's like I say, Terence Crawford is a boxer puncher. He's not just going to sit up there. He's not just going to sit up there and jab all day with you. He's going to fight. That's what he does. His mentality is to fight. That's his default. His default is fight. So that's what he did. He got hit a couple times, was never in any real trouble. I thought that Jose Benavidez got his attention a couple times, but I'm understanding is that when he got moved off and kind of moved to the side, that was more just, feet, southpaw, orthodox feet tripping up. So, but I thought it was a good fight, man. It was a more fun, more enjoyable fight than it would have been if he just would have said, "Look, I'm just going to win every one of these rounds," and walk out the door like that. So it was a good fight, man. It was a good fight, and like something that Andre Ward said, and I'm a big fan of Andre Ward outside the ring. Like, this is a cat that I was a big fan of Andre Ward in the ring. I'm even a bigger fan of Andre Ward outside the ring. That's a young man who, when I wait to hear what he has to say about things. And what he said was, that sometimes, man, you have a harder time with like journeymen, lower level fighters, and but when you're a champ, when you're a real upper level, high level fighter, you really turn it on when you're fighting somebody that's on your level or somebody that poses you some risk, And I think that's probably the case. I think that's probably the case with Terence Crawford. But I mean, Terence Crawford was never in any danger of losing that fight during the fight, before the fight, or during the fight. What's going on, CB Sports? Ron Finkley said Benavidez. And look, and to the Spanish-speaking people that complain about me not saying Benavidez instead of Benavidez, dude, I don't speak Spanish, man. We all got accents. I see a D, I pronounce it a D. It is what it is, man. Unless you're gonna buy me Rosetta Stone application, dog, get off my back about how I pronounce the name. As you can tell, man, I'm a little irritated this morning, man, about this stuff. And I get into when I'm irritated in a second. Darnell Kirkland said, I'm irritated, man. I'm irritated. I'm a little irritated because I like Bud Crawford, man. I'm a fan of Bud Crawford. I've made a bunch of videos in support of Bud Crawford. And I've said this whole way that the hard thing about Bud Crawford and Terence and Errol Spence Jr. thing is that I like both fighters. And I get it after, like, if I say after the fight with Errol Spence Jr. and Carlos Ocampo, somebody asked me what I think, a Bud Crawford fan said, now, because a lot of people are like both. Some people are really heavy, one guy, really heavy for the other guy. Somebody asked me, he's like, what do you think what does this Jose Ocampo thing mean? And I said, I don't mean anything. There's a first round knockout against a guy that had never fought outside of Mexico before. That's what he did, what he's supposed to do. He stopped him in the first round with a body shot. That's what he's supposed to do. I don't think that fight with Jose Ocampo didn't make me think he was any better a fighter than I thought he was before he started that fight. And it didn't mean anything to me relative to how he would perform against Terence Crawford because he stopped that guy in the first round. That, and I said it flat. I said it straight up about it. About with the last fight before that with Lamont Peterson. People asked me what was going to happen with Lamont Peterson. I told you what the fuck was going to happen with Lamont Peterson. You were going to see his trainer, whose name is skipping my mind. Kevin Barry. Is it Kevin Barry? Forgive me for not remembering his name. You're going to see him waving a white fucking flag. That's what I say you're going to see. You're going to see him waving a flag. You're going to see him waving a towel, and they're going to stop that fight because Errol Spence Jr. is going to beat the dog stank out of Lamont Peterson. And that's what happened. When I saw the fight before that was Kell Brook, I said he's probably going to end Kell Brook's career. And that's what happened. I'm not making it up. I got the videos up. That's what I thought was going to happen. I didn't think that Lamont Peterson was a fight against Lamont Peterson was going to tell me what he'd do against Terence Crawford. And I'm not deluded enough to think that Lamont Peterson is beating Terence Crawford, or that Jose Ocampo is beating Terence Crawford, or that either one of those fights make me believe any more about Errol Spence. I want to see Errol Spence fight Sean Porter. I want to see him fight Keith Thurman. That's what I want to see. And I've been very upfront about that with Errol Spence Jr. And most Errol Spence Jr. fans understand that. Nobody's running. I used to hear shit. When I said to somebody that Kell Brook won rounds off against Errol Spence Jr., I got a bunch of fucking heat. A bunch of, oh, you understand how biased you sound? You sound so biased. You're so biased. You think that Kell Brook won rounds? You think Kell Brook caused Errol Spence problems? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think Kell Brook caused Errol Spence Jr. some problems. I think Kell Brook won some rounds until he got his eye socket broken and he got beaten up and stopped. But when I said that Kell Brook won a round, I got one rounds against Errol Spence Jr. You're so biased against Errol Spence. I got that. Now I'm telling you exactly what the fuck I'm telling you, and I'm talking to y'all. Because I'm sick of you coming to my fucking page with that corny ass bias bullshit. What I told you was, in the video before, Jose Benavidez got shot in the fucking leg. He's the number 14 ranked guy by the WBO. Terence Crawford has never called out Errol Spence. He's not calling him out after the fight. He works for Bob Arum, and that's exactly what the fuck happened. How the fuck am I biased if I'm right? I was right. How about you just say, yeah, you are right, and shut the fuck up? Because I'm sick of you. I don't know how many damn times I can say that Bud Crawford is the number 1 or number 2 pound for pound fighter in the world. That Bud Crawford should have been fighter of the year last year. He should have been fighter of the year over Lomachenko because he unified the 140 pound division. I can't give Terence Crawford any more respect than I've already given him. But if you want to sit up here and tell me that this dude called out Errol Spence Jr., and he's called out everybody in the welterweight division when he hasn't, I'm not going to relearn the English language for you. That guy asked him, who do you want to fight? He said, anybody, everybody, any and everybody. Whoever my manager brings to me, whoever Bob Arum says. He told me I'm fighting 3 times a year. So whoever he brings to me, that's who I'm fighting next. That's what he said. I'm not making it up. I'm not putting it in his mouth. That's what Terence Crawford said. The only reason that I even care about that, because honestly, I don't even care about it. And I'll get to the comment sections in a second. I don't even really care. The only reason I said that is because you fucking over the fucking top ass dudes jumped out there on Errol Spence Jr. when he was calling out Sean Porter and started talking about how when he said Terence Crawford was on the other side of the street, that he was ducking Terence Crawford. And I was like, how the fuck is that ducking? How is that ducking Terence Crawford? How are you ducking Terence Crawford when you're in the ring? You just got out the ring telling you want to fight Sean Porter. Sean Porter's a WBC champion. Errol Spence Jr. said somebody asked him about Terence Crawford, and he says, look, I ain't even trying to talk about that because he's on the other side of the street. Bob Arum is a bunch of smoke and mirrors, and I'm trying to fight Sean Porter. That's what I'm trying to do. And then y'all jumped, some of y'all, not all y'all, jumped all on top of that. All on top of it saying Errol Spence Jr. was ducking Terence Crawford. But now you want to come back to the channel and make that same bullshit argument, and defend these and use the same defense that I used against Terence Crawford. You want to say, oh, hold on. You know, he ain't got to call him out, or hey, look, you know, Errol Spence Jr. needs to call him out too. Terence Crawford isn't the only one that has to call him out. Errol Spence has to call him out too. 78 gave y'all that argument. Shout out to 78 Sports TV. 78 Sports TV, the difference between 78 Sports TV and y'all is 78 Sports TV was always riding the line. He's been consistent about it. Some of y'all Kyle's coming to my page wasn't consistent about it. What you said was Errol Spence Jr. was ducking Terence Crawford. He was scared of Terence Crawford because he said Bob Arum won't make the fight. But you don't like the fact that right after the fact, after he beats Jose Benavidez, he turns around and says, I'll fight who Bob Arum says I'm going to fight. And call me biased? All I'm telling you is what the dude said. I'm telling you what he said. Just like I said with Errol Spence Jr. when he fought Kell Brook, that he got hit by Kell Brook. But somebody going, oh, you're just insulted. You just like Kell Brook. You just hating on Errol Spence. I did 100 fucking videos about Errol Spence and giving Errol Spence, telling he's the truth. I've been a supporter of Errol Spence. I've been a supporter of Terence Crawford. But y'all seem like some of you dudes can't support one without tearing down the other. And if somebody was out there trying to tear down Terence Crawford like they were, like there's a whole bunch of people doing, I would do videos in support of Terence Crawford, and I did do videos in support of Terence Crawford. But some of y'all flapping off the fucking lips on my channel wouldn't even do a video or say jack shit about it, but in the comment section. So how am I doing this morning? I'm irritated. I'm a supporter of Terence Crawford. I am not a supporter of Bob Arum. I'm a supporter of Errol Spence Jr. Period. I like both of them. And both of them, and I said it when I was talking to shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV. Me and Blue Blood Sports TV talked for about an hour and a half. It's on the tape. What I said was, if one person has to call the guy out, the other guy has to call the other guy out. It's not fair to say that if Terence Crawford has to call out Errol Spence Jr. if Errol Spence Jr. didn't call out Terence Crawford and claim that one guy is ducking the other guy. It's not on either one. As long as, and I said what my belief is as long as you're unifying with a champion, I don't have any issue with it. If Errol Spence Jr. is trying to fight with Sean Porter, he's trying to fight with Sean Porter. I'm not playing Captain Save-A-Hole with Sean Porter. It's, you know, Errol Spence move up to 154 pounds or go somewhere else because Sean won't give you the fight. Until Sean is actually in the ring fighting somebody else. And even then, I'm still going to say the one dude I know that doesn't want to fight Errol Spence Jr. is Sean Porter. And Terence Crawford, and what Errol Spence Jr. said about Bob Arum was correct. And when he said that after the fight, hey man, I did a video and I was like, look, now what? Now what? And that's I knew it was going to happen when the whole conversation started. It was going to be Terence Crawford said he'd fight anybody and everybody. Yeah, okay, he'll fight anybody and everybody. I do believe that he would fight anybody and everybody. I believe Terence Crawford when he says he would fight anybody. But that's not the same thing as saying you're going to fight Errol Spence Jr. next, that you're looking to be the unified, the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. That's not the same thing. He said he was going to fight 3 times a year. And that's what I said. He is a top-ranked fighter. He's a great top-ranked fighter, but he's a top-ranked fighter. Top-ranked fighters have in-house fights predominantly. That was the case with That was the case with Manny Pacquiao. That's the case with Terence Crawford. That's the case with Vasily Lomachenko. That's how they operate. The only difference is now the Top Rank doesn't have as many fighters where they can afford to make a bunch of in-house fights that look good. Manny Pacquiao fought Joshua Clottey. He fought Miguel Cotto. He fought Antonio Margarito. He wound up fighting Oscar De La Hoya, who I think Oscar De La Hoya was still might have still been a Golden Boy at the time. But they had so many fighters that they could bring along Terence Crawford. They could bring along Manny Pacquiao like that. The problem that Bud has is that if he doesn't fight PBC fighters and get active about making somebody give him a fight with PBC fighters, the next fight you're going to see is Aegis. What's his name? Kavaliauskas. And after that, you're going to see Carlos Adames. And then what you're going to say. But it's going to be cool because that's going to be cool with them because that's not their goal. Terence Crawford has already been a unified 140-pound champion. He's already done that in his career. I'm not convinced that he sees, not coming out of his mouth, that he sees some great value in that. He's already done it, and I think it cost him $100,000 to do it. Anyway, man, what I'm saying is this. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. And if Errol Spence Jr., if Terence Crawford or Errol Spence Jr., and they should want to fight. They should want to fight. They should fight. I would love it if they fought. I would be amped if that fight was coming. But let's not get it twisted. That fight ain't coming anytime soon because that's what they said. I'm not talking about what I think. I'm talking about what he said, what Bob Arum said. He said once it's pay-per-view, we need to get together and make that pay-per-view. Exactly. But I'm not saying Bud is just content making $3.6 million for Jose Benavidez. Shoot, Errol Spence Jr. probably pulled in over $3 million fighting Carlos Ocampo. But hey man, it ain't one person or the other that is it's what he said, pay-per-view. He wasn't lying. What up, KO Boxing? He didn't mince words about it. He's not saying it inconsistently. He said, yeah, Architect One is pay-per-view now, if you ask me. But I would pay for it now. But the question is, does Top Rank think it's pay-per-view now? Because that's who's making the decision. Yeah, he made five for Peterson. That's who's making the decision. And that's what I said. That's who's making the decision. It's not even up to Bud. What's going on, Naptown? It's not even up to Bud. It's not. He said it in his interview after that. It's not up to him. He said, I'm going to fight anybody, any of them. Give them all to me. Now, you don't think Bob Arum told him to keep that name out of his mouth? Come on, man. He didn't say it because he can't say it. Because what Errol Spence Jr. said is true. He talked about Bob Arum. And I'm not one of these cats, dude, who is going to listen to half of what you say. I'm listening to exactly what you say. When Errol Spence Jr. was talking, I listened to exactly what he said. What he said was he didn't even diss Terence Crawford. He didn't even spend any time talking about Terence Crawford. He talked about Bob Arum. Bob Arum being full of smoke and mirrors. And here's my thing. You don't think the same cats, and this is where I'm on. I'm not talking, I want to be clear. What's good, Right Hook? And I'm not even talking, what's going on, Blue Blood? Hey, it's all good, Blue Blood TV. Blue Blood, no, Blue Blood Sports TV, you told the truth. What you said was, but Terence Crawford don't call anybody out. That's not his style. You said that correctly. I want to be real clear. I'm not talking about any cats that got a channel. If you got a channel and I'm subscribed to you, I am not talking to you. Okay? I ain't talking to you. I ain't got any issue with you. I don't have any of that. I'm talking to you fuck boys that keep getting on my channel with all that crazy shit. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. Don't be Anthony Joshua fanboys, because that's what you sound like. You okay? Because I'll be seeing you on a video I do about Anthony Joshua, and you can, everything I say makes sense. Oh, it's completely logical. Oh, but then when I say the same thing for Terence Crawford, and I'm not even talking about Terence Crawford, I'm talking about Bob Arum. Y'all want to be like, oh no, Bob Arum doesn't own Top Rank. Like, you forget who owns Top Rank. But you can see it when it's Eddie Hearn. You can see it when it's Eddie Hearn. But you can't see it when it's Top Rank. Come on, dude. You can't see it when it's Top Rank, but you can see it when it's Matchroom. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Get out of here. I'm not trying to hear that. What's good? I'm being straight down the line. 100% straight down the line on this. I listen to what people say. I'm not guessing about what they mean. I'm telling you what they said. And what Bud Crawford said. Bud Crawford is a great fighter. Let me spend my mandatory 15 damn seconds telling you how great Bud Crawford is. Bud Crawford is a great fighter. I have no problem with Bud Crawford. But Bud Crawford works for Top Rank. And if this was Vasyl Lomachenko, you guys would be on it. You would understand it if it was Vasyl Lomachenko. But you don't understand it when it's Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford got paid $10 million a year. He got $30 million guarantee. How many years that contract? 3 years? $3.5 million a fight for 3 years. He's getting a mega fight a year. $3.5 million. $3.5 million for Jose Benavidez. Benavidez, however it's said. Get off my ass about it, because it is what it is. But you can see it. Dog. Stay away from me with that. What's going on, big homie Coop? Stay away from me with that. And don't try to and look, there's something else. Because I'm telling you, I'm going off because I don't want to type a million. I don't want to type a million comments back to people. You can listen to it. I'm talking to you. Don't go using 78 Sports TV's. Don't let 78 Sports TV do your thinking for you. Because 78 Sports TV can say that. Because 78 Sports TV said it the whole time. What's good, Lynn Mad? He said it the whole time. Both of these guys, he walked right down the middle the whole time. Y'all weren't walking right down the middle. You were trying to, and I wasn't gonna let the narrative go one way or the other, dog. I'm not letting it go one way or the other. Because Terence Crawford don't deserve it. Doesn't deserve abuse for what his career has been, and Terence Crawford don't deserve abuse for what his career has been. But all of boxing needs to start trying to get a unified champion, because it is a damn embarrassment that the only real, complete, unarguable, you can't make an argument about it, champion in boxing is Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk can laugh at all these clowns. And you know who else can laugh at these clowns? You got Adrian Bronner making these dudes look bad. Adrian Bronner is making Sean Porter look like a punk. You think Adrian Bronner ain't, if Errol Spence Jr. called out Adrian Bronner ain't taking that fight? Adrian Bronner ain't got a snowball's chance in hell of beating Errol Spence Jr., and he's still going to take the fight. He would still take the fight. Adrian Bronner, as much shit as we talk about Adrian Bronner's been in fight after fight after fight after fight that he could have lost. And Sean Porter was ducking. Sean Porter ducked a voluntary shot at the IBF. He ducked a voluntary, man. And then all big and bad with Danny Garcia, and quiet as a mouse when it comes to Errol Spence Jr. Dago 619, Cali Factor. AB is no punk, man. He deserves some credit for that, man. Because this dude is a goof. This dude acts like an idiot. Oh, man, Walter Rice said, Fannon, I'm disappointed too, my man. I hear it in your voice. Yeah, look, man, I am. Because some of you dudes with this shit you bringing to me, like if it was these clowns that got these pages that I don't care about, like somebody want to make a Fannon video, Fannon bias video, all that shit, I don't care. I mean, whatever, dude. Them dudes, I mean, they're idiots. They're idiots 99% of the time. But the only reason I care is I'm talking about people that I actually like talking to. People that I actually like having conversations with. That if you didn't come back to the channel, I'd be like, damn, where's Suave House Boxing? I ain't seen Suave House Boxing in a while. Carly Crush ain't been to the channel. I ain't seen Carly Crush in a while. Some dudes, I might actually be like, damn, dude. I mean, hey, what's all about? I'm just telling you what I think. But no, Fannon is disappointing me. He's going down this Errol Spence black hole. I don't think you know how biased you sound. Nah, dude, I don't give a shit what you think about what I sound like. I am not going to be down with anybody getting drugged through the mud unreasonably. I don't care if I'm telling you the truth. I don't even really care what's going on, Suave. I don't even really care that Terence Crawford didn't call out Errol Spence. I was just kind of rubbing it in your face that he didn't. I knew he wouldn't. I knew he wouldn't. Why would he? Why would he? He doesn't have the power to make the fight. Why do you think Anthony Joshua couldn't sign $50 million and he shut his damn mouth up after that? Because he couldn't make the fight. He ran off at the lips and said, yeah, you give me $50 million and I'll sign tomorrow. But then we find out that he doesn't even have the ability to sign a contract for himself because he works for Eddie Hearn. But we're blasting on PBC fighters who are independent, who have some degree of independence. If the fight doesn't happen with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, I'm blaming it Bob Arum. I ain't confused. I'm blaming Bob Arum. Because Bob Arum is the most reasonable person to assume why two dudes that ain't never lost a professional boxing match, who ain't scared of nobody, who both could make a ton of money by doing it, probably respect each other, have a good respect for one another. I don't know, shit, they might not like each other. I don't even know. But they sure jabber back and forth at each other. But I don't believe it's Errol Spence not making that fight. I don't believe that's Terence Crawford not making that fight. I believe that Errol Spence is right that Bob Arum is smoking mirrors. And I believe that Terence Crawford is right that it ain't his job to pick who he fights. It's Bob Arum's and his management's team. It's his management who decides who he fights. They all get together with the matchmakers. Whatever dude, Trammell, whoever the matchmaker is for Top Rank. That's who's going to decide who who Terence Crawford fights next. And more than likely, it's going to be Aegis Kavanaughis. Okay? It's going to be Aegis Kavanaughis. It's going to be Carlos Adames. It's going to be something like that, man. And if he does fight a PBC fighter, it's going to be some PBC fighter like Danny Garcia. Just get the fuck out of here with this stuff, man. 2020, maybe. Yeah, man, that's where I would say, is Errol Spence a promoter? Errol Spence Jr. got man down promotions. I don't know what that necessarily means, but I know that his promoter, that he can choose, I'm sure, along with consultation with Al Heyman, that, you know, he can fight who he wants to. Yeah, thank you, Bruce Trampler. Thank you, Lawrence Williams. Yeah. Hey, man, that's fact check Williams. Fannon, these guys are independent variables. Shout out to my man, Barbershop Conversations, dog. Don't make me crack. Don't crack me up, dog. Fannon, the best just ain't gonna fight the best. Damn, Mississippi King, what's good, man? Yeah, I mean, look, man, no. We already know who it is, man. But it's not even these. Look, man. Boxing fans support that. Boxing fans, what's going on, Curtis Anderson? Boxing fans support it, man. Boxing fans support it. That's why it is. Like, what's up, my man, 76? Man, I watched a great video by, man, I always kill this dude's name, Muy Boy 76. Should go to my history, man, and make sure I pronounce my dude's name right. Hold on, give me 1 second, man. I watched this dude's video this morning. Great video, man. If you haven't subscribed to my man's channel, please subscribe to my man's channel. I was riding a bike listening to this dude's videos, man. Yeah, Muy Boring 74. Muy Boring 74. He did a Terence Crawford, Jose Benavidez post-fight reaction. All right. Now, before I say this, for the sensitive out there, all right, for the sensitive out there, Fannon, let me have it, bro. You good, boy. Hey, man, you know what's good, man. I'm not talking about you, expert genies. You know that. We all good. Look, man, look, Terence Crawford, let me say this ahead of time. Terence Crawford was my #1 pound-for-pound fighter. I'm probably wrong for having Canelo Alvarez at #1 right now, and I'd be very open to changing it if given any bit of a little bit of excuse. I'm going to move Terence Crawford back up to pound-for-pound #1, okay? I'm telling you flat, I think the dude is one of the best fighters in boxing. He's one of the best fighters in boxing. There's not 3 fighters in boxing better than him. He's the best fighter that Top Rank has. He can beat I have no doubt that he would beat every welterweight other than maybe 2 in the division. Okay, so I've given him his credit. Okay, do you want me to? There you go, guys. I've said it. Now, I'm not hating on him. Jose Benavidez was the #14 ranked fighter in the WBO. He got shot in the fucking leg. He was fighting with 1.5 legs, and that was not any bigger of a test than Errol Spence Jr. versus what's his face, Carlos Ocampo. Okay, that's what I'm saying, and that's the fight you're going to get next. You're not going to get a bigger step up. Errol Spence is #2, moving up #1. No, I mean, see, I'm not even going to put Errol Spence Jr. in the pound-for-pound conversation. What's going on, man? If I miss any super chats, forgive me. You know I'm going in on one this morning, man, because these dudes, seriously, man, I'm just not in the mood for this shit. I'm not in the mood for doing videos supporting Errol's Terence Bud Crawford. I did them over and over again, getting fucking called everything under the son of God, a racist, a racist, a hypocrite, a bias, all this crap from Vasily Lomachenko and Gennady Golovkin fans to say one fucking thing that you don't agree with about Bud Crawford and get the same bullshit out of you. Y'all ain't arguing with them dudes. All you do is talk about Terence Crawford. All you do is you just love Bud. You're a Bud lover. All you do is love Bud. You just hate Lomachenko because he's not American. If he was American black fighters, I got all that crap. All that crap for months and months and months. And one time I say something, take a position that don't seem like I'm cupping his nuts. I'm biased. What am I supposed to do? Tell you that he said something he didn't say? Tell you that Bob Arum is not his promoter? Tell you that Errol Spence Jr. needs to chase him? Why should Errol Spence does not have to chase Terence Crawford anymore, and Terence Crawford chases Errol Spence Jr. And quite honestly, dude, as long as Errol Spence Jr. fights Sean Porter, I'm cool, because that's a unification fight. If he can get his hands on Keith Thurman, and I don't believe he should stop trying to get it, to make a fight that is even harder to get, because that one has to go on pay-per-view. Anyway, man. SB Man Ra 4 Brantley, man, said, yo, thank you to all the brothers in the LDBC 78 Blood Boxing Ego. Shout out to Ego. He's not in the LDBC, but he's new media. Black Fight Fan TV. You're all the best. Thanks for delivering the truth, man. I'm speaking it as I think it. All right. And I know there was another super chat out there, man, that I screwed up and missed. Man, D-Lo 404 Box said the fans want to fight more than Errol and Bud do. I mean, I don't know what Bud wants to, because Bud can't. It's not up to him, you know. But yeah, man. I honestly, man, I would like anybody to unify belts. Anybody to unify belts, because unless you have all the belts, dude, you're a title holder. I don't want to have to. I like Terence Crawford. I like Errol Spence. I don't want to call them title holders. Okay, I don't want to call them title holders, because that's what I'm saying about Anthony Joshua. Like Anthony Joshua, he's a title holder. Well, he's got 3 belts, and Deontay Wilder's got 1 belt. Dude, they're title holders. Neither one of those dudes, neither Deontay Wilder or Terence Crawford, or neither Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder hold all the belts. Neither one of them can say without a doubt that they're the best heavyweight in the world because somebody else got a belt. That's what I want. I'm very clear on what I want. I would not complain at all if Bud Crawford fought Keith Thurman. I would take that fight and run with it. I would take Errol. I would take any of them, any combination of them. But get to the point where I can say that Terence Crawford is the welterweight champion. Not a champion, not a title holder, not what would happen if, when, but, ooh, ah, ooh. Is he or is he not the champion? And if they would do that, we wouldn't even be having to have that other ridiculous conversation that we keep having to have about lineal champions. Oh, man, what's good, Black Fight Fan TV? Let me get to my man, Black Fight. Hey, y'all ain't subscribed to Black Fight Fan TV. Y'all are bugging. My man, Fannon the Don, give it to him Monday morning, 8:45, Trill Boxing Talk Ether for the soul on Monday. Yes, sir. Subscribe to Black Fight Fan TV. Best boxing talk show on the net, probably on all the net. And I mean, motherfuckers doing that shit on applications that sit outside of YouTube. Very, very, very well run show by Black Fight Fan TV. Great insight by Black Fight Fan TV and 78 Sports TV. If you guys are not missing it, you don't know what you're missing. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, hit that damn like button when he gets 500 people in that damn house. That's my dude. Yes, sir. Man, yeah, he go good. Man, you know, I never met him, man, but I like his channel. Texas Bud Fannon, you keep it real. Hit the like button. Bud ain't cool now. Now, Bud ain't no cool. Bud ain't no cool now. Bud ain't no. I ain't gonna go. I don't go with that dude. I'm telling you, Bud is, dude. It is hard to get. It is hard to have somebody. How can you argue against $3.5 million guaranteed for 3 fights? I advise people on deals every day. And if somebody stuck that shit in my face and I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, these dudes just offered you, man, you know, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, right? We talking about 3.5 million birds in the hand. Okay, that's some major shit right there, dude. You wrap it home, you never work again. Success, you're done. How can you as somebody that's advising somebody tell that dude not to take that deal? It is hard. That is hard to do. And honestly, if you did it, you'd be doing them a disservice. You would be doing an Eddie Hearn, advising Anthony Joshua not to take $50 million up front. You're up guaranteed, and a rematch with $30 million guaranteed. It's guaranteed. You told this dude to turn down $80 million guaranteed. How can you possibly have his best interest at heart? You can't. To fight Derek Chisora and Alexander Povetkin for $6 and $7 million. I'm not even talking about the money. I'm talking about real money. I'm not talking about up to money. You know how they put that shit out there, up to. Anthony Joshua has a 3-year, $100 million contract. No. He more than likely has a 3-year up to $100 million contract. $3 million up to. You can switch up to no more than. But you're going to guarantee you no less than 80 million or no more than 100 million. That's what I'm telling you. Dog, just because you're a boxer don't mean that you are a chief fucking negotiator. Let me tell you, I guarantee you this. $80 million guaranteed means no less than 80 million. Up to 100 million means no more than $100 million. That might seem to people as if that is a small difference. And trust me, some of you motherfuckers that come to the channel, and as I said, I'm not talking to anybody that got a channel. I ain't talking to anybody that I regularly respond to their videos. I'm telling you straight. Up to no more than $100 million means he can pay you $5. No less than $80 million means he's got to pay you $80 million flat. $79 million, $79,999,099 is a breach of fucking contract. Got that? But people, listen to what people actually say. It's up to is a huge difference from no less than. Hey man, my man, Retro Boxing man is in the house, man. What's good, man? I'm telling you, man, I'm not in a good mood today, man. Seriously, I'm not in a good mood. I'm used to this. What's going on, D74? I'm used to this out of Lomachenko fans. Hey, man, what's good, man? Much love in the super chat. I'm used to this out of Lomachenko fans. All right? I'm used to this out of Gennady Golovkin fans. I can laugh it off. I'm used to it out of Anthony Joshua fans from these UK fanboys. Not the real hardcore, know what they're talking about, UK fans. But them dudes, they don't bother me at all, man. I'm just sitting there like just waiting for these cats to get another fighter, that they like to be in the same situation that Deontay Wilder's in, so they can see it from the other side. They just don't know what they're talking about. But the Bud Crawford fans, I am not biased against Bud Crawford, dog. I ain't biased. If anything, I'm biased in favor of Terence Bud Crawford in 99.999% of the shit that I've ever said about him. But when you bring up Errol Spence Jr., that's a fighter that deserves respect. That dude is the only one, and it don't mean everything. It don't mean everything, dude. It don't mean everything. But there's only one heavy welterweight champion that has actually said the name of another welterweight champion. There's only one that said, I want to fight another welterweight title holder next. The only one that said that was Errol Spence Jr. Terence Crawford hasn't said it. Keith Thurman hasn't said it. Sean Porter hasn't said it. Errol Spence is the only one that said it. And like I said, I am not in the business of assuming that because Terence Crawford, who is, let me pat it, let me stroke your ego a little bit, not your ego. Let me make you feel nice and secure that I am not insulting Terence Crawford, that I think Terence Crawford is the number 1, number 2 pound for pound fighter in the world. He's one of only 2 active fighters to have unified all of the belts. He should be 2017 Fighter of the Year. He got robbed by multiple outlets in favor of Vasyl Lomachenko. He beats everybody. I think he beats everybody easy at welterweight with the exception of 2 fighters. He never said the name of the champion that he wants to fight. Now, here's with me being like real anal retentive when it comes to what people said. He didn't even say that he wanted to fight a champion next. They said, what about the future? Who do you want next? He said, any of them, all of them. Any of them, all of them could be anybody. It could be Igis Klimas. It could be Klimas, whatever his name is. It could be Errol Spence Jr. It could be Sean Porter. It could be Adrian Bronner. It could be anybody. I want to know that you're trying to make that fight next. And like I said, I'm not in the business of assuming what people say. Assume makes ass of you and me. If I had to bet y'all $100 damn on, like, hey man, I bet you I can find Errol Spence Jr. saying he wants to fight another welterweight champion by name, and when he wants to do it, I bet you I can find that. I bet you $1,000 you can't find that you can't find another champion saying that. Matter of fact, I'll give you $100 to $1,000 that you can't find it because it ain't happened. Sean Porter ain't said it. Sean Porter is like, oh, I don't know. You know, if it doesn't happen, don't blame me. Keith Thurman is like, you know, whatever. I would do a flute sound, you know. How do you do a flute sound? I don't know, blowing the flute. Whatever, dude. He's like, hey, you know how he can all get it. Anybody, yeah, you know, whatever he's saying. Terence Crawford said, yeah, anybody. And then he was asked after the fight, and he said, do you want to fight? What about Errol Spence? He said, man, didn't you hear what I just said? I said I want all of them. I want anybody. How many times I got to say I want anybody and everybody? And Bob Arum, talk to Bob Arum. Bob Arum and Al Heyman have to sit down together and talk. It ain't up to me. That's what he said. And I'm not shitting on Terence Crawford by saying that. Terence Crawford is at least being honest. That's what I think. That's what I think both of them did. Terence Crawford was honest, and Errol Spence Jr. was honest. Now, should have Errol Spence Jr. should he have been that honest? Probably not. He probably should have been like, look, yeah, hey, yeah, when he's ready, tell Bob Arum to call Al Heyman, and if they want that fight next, I'm down. I want Sean Porter. I'm gonna get in Sean Porter's face. But hey, I'll let you know if they call me. He could have done that, right? And then I probably wouldn't be out here, you know, shouting down this bullshit. That's a fake ticket. Hey, Fannon, he should have talked to Al Heyman and PBC first to find out what he would have been making per fight. Crawford put a cap on his earnings. Hey, man, but dude, let me tell you something, man. Like I said, that's his team. And I do not fault Bomac for that. That's his team. That's his job. His job is to take care of that fighter and to give him, he has a if that's his manager, he's got a fiduciary duty and a grand self-interest in making sure that Bud Crawford maximizes the money that he makes in his career. And if somebody puts money on a table and guarantees you it, and you get your lawyers to go through it, and they say, no, they're guaranteeing this. You sign this piece of paper, dude, you're not making any less than you're not making any less than $20 million. Okay? All you got to do is go through the fights. That's it. You just got to show up and fight who they told you to fight. That's it. You got $30 million, dude. How much money do you need in your lifetime? All right? You don't need $500 million, bud. You got 5 kids. You in home with them. You go to all their baseball games. You know, you're not buying 50. Do you want $18 million watches, bud? If you don't want $18 million watches, bud, if you ain't trying to buy a Learjet and, 15 Bugattis, have a Bugatti for every day of the month, then, dude, $30 million, dog, you floating big time, dog. Look, man, and you never know what can happen, man. You can sprain your ankle. You can get shot in the knee. Ain't you one running around there in Omaha? Don't you have some issue? Can't you have some issue all of a sudden with somebody that don't like you? All of a sudden they pull out and they do you like somebody did Benavidez and shoot you in the leg. Like, nah, homie, you all that, boom, take that, career over. He got his money. So I wouldn't say that he put a cap on it, but he also put a floor on it. That's probably the better way to say it. He put a floor on his earnings. That's what a guarantee is. A guarantee puts a floor on your earnings. You're going to get no less than. Boxing I said, forget AJ. I mean, man, it is. I mean, because the situations have some parallels, man. They have some parallels. I mean, it's like, shit, it makes it tough. I don't think Bud is a coon and a slave now. Who said that? I'm gonna say ain't I can't pronounce that name, dude. But if you're talking to me, I ain't never said it. I ain't said a negative word about Terence Crawford in this video. Not one word. Not one word. I didn't call. Oh, the chat. Thank you. Because I ain't never called that dude a coon. I wouldn't call him. I don't even know him to call him that. I don't even know who he is, man. I'm gonna tell you, you cats want to talk about. See, I don't even when people call people coons, I think of Cory Booker. That's who I think of. I think of the Congressional Black Caucus. That's who I think of. Yeah, no worries, X Squad. That's who I think of. This dude has somebody offer to make that dude a lot of money. Dude, he got paid the money. Offer me $3 million guaranteed. I'll run with that shit. You know? Jose B, a dude in a wheelchair talking ish to Eddie Murphy, Bud, Charlie Murphy talking. Funny, man. Look, man, I ain't said ne'er word bad about Terence Crawford, dog. Never. Yeah, I mean, Kanye, I don't even think of Kanye. Kanye's just stupid. And he just don't know what he don't know. You know what I mean? But he don't know what he don't know. I'm not going to call I don't think somebody's stupid because they don't know what they knowing. Tank Davis is an idiot. Like, I don't think what's going on, Woo Daddy? Woo 36 Daddy? Look, man, Tank Davis, man, it's like that's the same thing I get for Tank Davis. That's the same thing I get from Tank Davis. I told you, this dude is, you motherfuckers keep giving, keep encouraging, keep, what do you call it? Making excuses for Gervonta Davis. I made a video about Gervonta Davis. Man, I swear to God, for 2 months, I got called a coon an hour for 2 months off a video I did about Gervonta Davis. It might did like 300,000 views or something like that, 250,000 views. Some like, yeah, thank you, enabling. You know, something, you know, flukish big. I think like Floyd Mayweather Jr. must have shared it or something, because I don't understand how in the world it could have got that many. You know, so I was like, oh man, maybe it's like Floyd Mayweather or somebody saw it and they shared it. Because every once in a while I get a video that will just for no reason start getting, you know, a lot of views. So I figured somebody shared it, you know, shared the video. But I got called a coon for, man, every hour for a month. All because I said that this dude is a dumbass and he's going to get himself in trouble, dude. What's going on, Bikes and Archives and Facts? All because I said, look, man, why are you running around punching people in the head, man? Stop being a kid. Stop being a little kid. Stop punching people upside the head, man. Act like you know how to put you got pockets. Put your hands in your pockets, man. It's like, dude, it's like a wild dog running around or something, man. Like a fucking puppy. You want to smack on his muzzle. Boy, sit down. Hey, shut that door, John. It's like just don't be a stupid ass kid. Keep your hands to yourself. You get mad at somebody, keep your hands to yourself. If you are not in a boxing ring, keep your hands to yourself. That's not a complicated proposition, dog. And if you're somewhere where you feel like you might have to put your hands on somebody, don't go. It's like, but y'all, people want to enable him. And then what happened after that? With all these people, he winds up getting in another fight, right? With a bartender. He slapped somebody's phone out of their hand because they were taking a picture. As if that's not assault. God, dog, that's assault. He assaulted a dude on camera. Slapped the phone out of the dude's hand when he was taking a picture, right? A bunch of people out there taking pictures of them. They're celebrities. He's taking a picture. He goes out his way to slap the phone out of somebody's hand, dog. It's like, dude, that's assault, dog. You can't do that. Anyway, man, it is what it is, man. I'm sorry, man. Look, I was going in on one today, man. I appreciate everybody coming. Man, Terence Crawford ain't a bum. Ain't nowhere near bum. I ain't got any issue. I ain't trying to say nothing bad about Terence Crawford, man. But hey, look, y'all coming to my channel, dog, I'm not going to take too much of it. Because I like y'all. You know what I mean? I like you. There's a reason why I joined and started associating myself with the LDBC. That's because the cats that come to the channel are people that I generally want to talk to. So when y'all come with that, oh, you just being biased against this dude, I actually halfway care about when you say that. Those other people, I don't care, right? They got this dude keeps making videos on me, and I'm like, man, why? The only thing that irritates me is that somebody would tell me that dude said something about me. I don't care what that dude's got to say. Whatever. But if y'all say something, it can bother me because you're my people. You are people that I actually have respect for. He said, I seen the lopsided Bison Clinic. Terence Crawford is bitch made right now. Is he at his Bison Clinic, Terence Crawford? I seen a lopsided Bison Clinic video. Yeah, Boxing Clinic ain't feeling Terence Crawford, dog. But hey, he got reasons not to. But hey, man, I ain't criticized. Like I said, man. Hey, man, and I want to say shout specifically to Cass. I got much love and massive respect for Blue Blood Sports TV, Black Fight Fan TV, 78 Sports TV, Blood Boxing, World Breaker Fighting, Corey Lee Boxing. You know what I mean? I got all kind of respect for Cass. I just saw my man Santi Walton did a video this morning. Had me laughing. Dog, I respect all you cats, man. You know? But the dudes over here talking that, come on, man. I don't need to hear it. Don Banks said Crawford smoked Jose by knockout. No, he ain't getting out of there with Errol. But that's a different style of fighter too, man. You know what I mean? Hey, Grace Charles, I appreciate that. But look, man, I'm about to roll out of here, man. Been on about an hour. Oh, 1 second, man. Fannon, would you rank higher? Benavidez rank 16 or top rank, or Rocky Fielding WBA 160-pound I don't know what GBP is, but who would I rank higher? I don't know. But probably Rocky. You talking about which fight do I think is more competitive between Canelo and Rocky Fielding and Benavidez and Crawford? I think going into the fight, I would think that Canelo Alvarez, Rocky Fielding would be more competitive. But neither one of them are going to be competitive. Like Terence Crawford, you know, he got hit a few times, but that fight wasn't competitive. Terence Crawford could have went into boxing mode and gave the dude nothing. You know what I mean? He could have just turned the water off on Benavidez if he wanted to. You know, he could be like, hey, you know, no, I'm going to win this round. I'm going to make you do something. Come to me. Let me counterpunch you. You know, Terence Crawford was going to him, right? So he went to him. He got hit sometimes. He realized the dude couldn't hit him. He could do it pretty much whatever he needed to do. You know what I mean? So I'm not even like, I know there's people like, I would not say Terence Crawford got exposed in that fight. Other than to say this, Terence Crawford's a boxer puncher. He's a boxer puncher. He's not just a boxer. He's a boxer puncher. And he'll go in there and he'll let loose with you. You know, and if he does that with Errol Spence Jr., you know, hey, dude, he needs to be boxer that night. He needs to be a boxer that night. Because if he's taking, and he fights southpaw. And he fights southpaw. But if he's going to do that with Errol Spence Jr., if he's going to get hit like that with Errol Spence, dude, that's not going to go. That's not going to be pretty. That's not good. That you don't want him going into those type of exchanges with Errol Spence. You don't want it, dog. You know, that's all I'm saying, man. I'm not saying Terence Crawford got exposed. I'm not trying to say hey, Arturo Tucson. Yeah, dog. Yeah, just delete him. Dude, Arturo from Tucson. Man, whatever, man. Hits like a heavy. You hear the shots. Yeah, I just don't. But look, man, nothing in that fight changed my mind, proved anything to me about anything. You know what I mean? I think both those guys are just, you know, on a different level, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, it is what it is, man. I appreciate you guys, you know, coming through. Hey, you know, it's all love. I had to get it off my chest. Shout out to everybody. Hey, check out Trill Bison Talk on Monday morning. I think he's on around between 8:30 Central and 9, and I'll come on after that, man, and we can Avid Bites, man. Benavidez was taller and longer than Spence, though. Yeah, man, but he's slower and he couldn't move. But it is what it is, man. I appreciate y'all. Look, man, I'll get back with y'all, and I'm out.